it's JD here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make your own board game. This can be as simple as you want it to be, or it can be as difficult as you want it to be. It's kind of your own thing to choose, and you can create it how you want to create it. I'm really excited to show you guys, so let's get started. So right off the bat, the first thing you're going to need is playing cards. As you can see here, I have a whole deck of playing cards, and I've sorted them out kind of individually by their own numbers and face cards. So you're only going to need a couple cards. You don't need all the cards in the deck. You're just going to need the Joker card, the Ace card, the Queen card, the King card, and the Jack card. So I have all of those in my hand, and I'm actually going to take out 2 of the King cards since those are going to be important cards and we don't want to keep too many in there. So after that, you can kind of set those cards to the side and we can get started on our actual game board. So when you're getting started on your game board, something I did is I started to sketch and outline the board before I started writing with permanent Sharpie. This can just give you time to kind of brainstorm and figure out how you want your game board to look. I used a colored pencil. You guys can use an actual pencil, and if you mess up you can always erase it. So right here I'm just sketching out my game board and making sure everything is good before I trace it all out in Sharpie. So now that I'm finished sketching out my game board and tracing everything out, I'm going to go ahead and start using the permanent marker. In this case I'm using just a regular black Sharpie. You can use any color you like. I'm just starting off with the basic black Sharpie, and then I'm going to add different colors later. So I'm using a ruler for those kind of straighter angles. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, I'm not the best artist, but we all make it work and we can make our own unique game board. So almost every board game comes with a set of rules and kind of like a rubric to show you what you need to use and what they are for. So here what I'm doing is I'm drawing out the different colors that I'm going to add onto my game board, and I'm just showing what they mean. So if you guys can see, I have that mud pit square, and that is that little pool that I drew on my game board. And that, I said you have to roll a 5 and up to escape out of the mud pit. And now I'm adding the cards that we have for the game board, and I'm defining what they mean. So for the Joker, you can switch with any character. For the Queen, you can jump to the nearest jump space, and I have those jump spaces colored. And for the Jack, you can set back your nearest player 3 spaces, or you can choose however many spaces you want. And then a King is you can knock someone out all the way back to the beginning. And the Ace is you can move up 1 space. So now that we have that whole rubric, we can go ahead and add it to our game board, and we can design it however we'd like. Now this is my finished game board, and I have all of the colors set and all of the specific things, and then I have my rubric on the right so that new players can figure out how to play. And since you made the game, you can change up the rules however you want. If you figured out that a rule isn't working, you can add it. And these are some game pieces that I found that I thought would be fun to use. You can use whatever game piece you would like, and you can pick whatever you want. You can build your own if you really like to. And then I have different sets of rules set out all over the map. For when the map splits, you have to roll a different number of die to see which way you go. And right after that very last mud pit, you have to roll a 1 to skip the jump back space. So that is my finished game board, and I hope you guys can make your own, and I hope you guys can really have fun with it. The only last part you need to add is your deck of cards. After you have your deck of cards, your game board will be complete, and you can have a board game that you can play with your friends and family and just have a really good time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you'd like, you can send pictures, and I want to see you guys' finished game boards. Love you guys.